This is Putting It Straight. Rethink your beliefs. Redefine your life.
Imagine having such a massive parcel of land and not investing. Refusing to invest in this land is like sitting on a gold mine and refusing to dig. Whether in the city, in the village, or anywhere in between, I'll show you how to use your land and invest and make massive income. And for you to be able to invest your land and reap massively, there is one thing you need to do. You know that? It is a mind shift. You've got to shift your mind from the cultural beliefs, cultural practices. You see, many of us were taught that land is inheritance. In fact, some believe that it is a retirement. But the truth you have to know is that land is a business asset. I underline, land is a business asset and not just space. So if it's not generating income, if it's not generating value, what then? It's costing you something. Let me pause here to let us take note of one of those things that give drawback to many people in the rural areas who still believe in the cultural ways of doing things that are now outdated, that are primitive, that needs a rethinking and redefinement. You see, many people in many communities, it is cultural practice that when the patriarch of the family has lots of land around, some of them have much, some have a little. These plots of land are left to rest, fallow, in the belief, in the practice that by the time the patriarch dies, this land would be shared to the children. What a waste! And how do you determine when your father would die? And even when these patriarchs, once parents die, it takes long for the elders of the family to share the land. Why? Because there is the emotional attachment that land, oh, it's an inheritance. My mother's mother gave, my father's father, and so people prefer not to touch it. And by letting it be, you're wasting money, you're wasting income that should come to you. So this mindset has to change before any progress. Now, I made a promise that I'd share 6 ways of investing your land so you can derive income. Now, let's dive in there. First is that of leasing it out. You see, you could lease your land out to farmers, you could lease it out to traders or telecom companies, or even events planners. For example, in a village not quite far from mine, a man rented out a small portion of his land to telecom companies who hosted their mask. And you know what he gets each year? Between 5 to 10 million naira. Particularly given the value of the location the land is. You see, he makes so much money each year without lifting a finger on a land that others have allowed to lie fallow. Now, the next strategy or plan for you to use your land could be building rental unit or shops. You see, low cost building like bachas or container shops are veritable source of wealth, of income. So low cost building like this, if it is in a high traffic area, it can generate huge income within a short time, within few months. So why not utilize your land in this way? The third method would be to use your land for farming and agribusiness. Crops can be grown, livestock, fish farming can be practiced either by yourself or in partnership. If you have land, some people acquire acres of land, plots of land at different points to be sold in years ahead. So why not, rather than let it lie fallow, why not hire people to cultivate the land for you with economic plants, economic trees like cassava that could be sold in season, like maize and the rest. Or if you are not interested in that, why not? Cocoa is a very valuable product that is in high demand in the world. So why not plant cocoa there or palm trees? And within 3 to 5 years, you are having. Some people intend to sell their land in the next 5 to 10 years. So why allow such money to go down the drain? Additionally, the point is, if you cultivate economic trees like that, by the time you sell the land, you intend to sell, you will sell it much far higher than the price that could be offered at that time because the trees themselves matter. Can you see? Now, even a quarter of a space, quarter of plot can be used to grow vegetables, water leaf and any other leaf vegetables that are of need in your locality. Or you raise snail or rabbit or chicken. Way number 4 is using your land as parking space or storage yard, depending on where your land is located. But if it is whether in the urban area or the suburbs, if it is near market or motor parks, that's an opportunity for you to rent it out for transporters to park their trucks, some to place their containers, and others to use it for motor park while you get the rent. It is when you do this that you know you have been wasting your land by allowing it to lie fallow. Point number 5. The method number 5 you could use is to rent it short term as rentals and for events. People today are continuously realizing, or progressively realizing, I should say, the need for relaxation. And so more event centers are opening up. Why not clear the land, rent it out for people to make use for these purposes, and then see the money roll back to you? You see, people are making tens of thousands of naira just for a week use of a small space. So why not do that and see your money rolling instead of allowing the land to lie fallow? The sixth way you could make massive money, income from your land, is through a joint venture development. Some people have land, but they can't develop it into dwelling quarters. They are at the moment renting apartments to live and think and work towards developing theirs, but they have difficulty. This is the point. This is an idea. Why not approach the banks? Or why not approach estate developers? Strike an agreement with them. You have the land. Let them come build it. They have the resources to do that. And what? You split the profit. And before too long, you will have paid out the value that you should pay to them, your own part of the cost. And then the property, the building becomes your own. So this is how many people have become landlords from being landowners. They have become landlords. Well, let me put this point clear. I realize that in many communities, there are some common mistakes people make that are related to land. And until you avoid this, you may have problems. One is that you don't have to wait for the big investor to come. Something I can't rent out the land for peanuts. I want the big companies to come. When do you know the companies will come? How big is the economic power of the company that you expect to be your clients? So start small. Where you are, start small until the big opening, until the big break comes. Another point is a lot of people joke or do not take it seriously, ensuring that they document their property, their land adequately. So not securing the property well might bring problems to you, might bring blockades, because if the large companies come to do business with you or somebody comes to buy the land, you would want to be sure of the ownership. And you see, if it is not properly done, people are prepared here to die for 1 square foot of land rather than seek alternative ways of making peace. So to be on the safe side, why not document properly? And then third is the mistake of being emotionally attached to our land instead of allowing economic reasonings to reign. Detach yourself from it. Land is land. Your ancestors who used it and bequeathed you with it, they've died and gone. Instead of worshiping the land, make use of it. This is what brings down many people. Where they should be economically, they remain at the bottom. Now, finally, inspiration. Your land is not just a space. Note this. Your land is not just a space. It is a potential. And being a potential, it is you, the owner, who have to make the potential realizable. You don't have to wait until the big break, the big millionaires come before you do business with them on your land. Remember what I have just spoken about the earlier part of this video. And then start what you have at the level you have and grow from there. Remember, productivity starts when you have your perspective right. I say again, productivity in your life will begin by the time you get your perspective right. So if this video has opened your eyes, now hit that like button and subscribe. And do not forget to switch on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. But also share to those who have land but may not know what to do. Help them to start using their land profitably. This announcement, I am preparing some downloads that I would give to you, my viewers, free of charge. And it is called The 7 Cultural Lies That Keep You Poor. By the time the material is ready, I'll give the description and the link, put the link in my description and also in the comment for you to access. But if you are ready and willing to take advantage of it, all I need is just state interested in the comment. And by the time it's ready, I'll give it to you. So what really have you taken out of what I have just shared with you? What is one common idea of all these that I have discussed that you're ready to start with? Indicate that and let us grow. Indicate it in the comments. Let me know. Share your opinions. Let's grow together. Thank you.